So the Pearl eMerge Hybrid Kit, can you use it in a studio? Well, I'm here with Dirk Brand to go through its studio use cases, some of them anyway. Dirk, can you tell me a little bit about yourself before we dig in?
Yes. First of all, thanks for having me here at Gear4music in wonderful York. And I'm a drummer from Germany, and I'm a kid of the 80s, and I play electronic drums for so many years. I'm in the drumming business for a long, long time. And nowadays, I play in many different music styles. I play in Wacken, I play at jazz festivals in the States, I have my own organ trio, jazz gigs, I play a lot of musical shows. So I need a lot of different musical sounds, a lot of different drum sounds. And this is where the Pearl eMerge Kit comes very handy. So, well, let's check the eMerge Kit out, what it can do.
So you're thinking about getting the eMerge, or you have it, and you want to take it to the next level from your home studio into a real studio. How is it functionally? Well, Dirk Brand's here to break it down. So you've got your band, you're tight, you've rehearsed, you want to go into the studio. If you've got some sounds you fancy using, can you upload those to the module to use on the eMerge?
No. The eMerge Kit is an all-in-one solution. You have over 700 high-class samples recorded all in a high-class studio in Nashville, Tennessee. And you have to stuck with those 700 sounds. Of course, you can tweak them, EQing them, a compressor, putting effects on the sounds, but you have to stuck with those internal sounds.
Okay.
If you want to upload your own drum samples from a production, whatever, therefore Pearl developed the Mimic Pro.
Okay.
This is the next step if you want to use own samples. But as today in a studio and in the MIDI world, there we have some other options.
Oh, endless options.
Endless options. Because, of course, we have MIDI out, we have a computer to PSC. Of course, you can take like software like EZ Drummer, TuneTrack, Superior Drummer, BFD, or whatever, or Ableton, whatever you want to use. Of course, you can send MIDI data. And then, for later on, of course, you can change your drum sound, or from your producer, if he has a special sound in mind, he can change your drum sounds. Another thing which is pretty good, and maybe as an acoustic drummer in a studio situation, many studios use it a lot. Of course, you microphone your bass drum separate, your snare drum, your toms. And what you maybe have ever heard, drum replacement, have you heard?
Yep.
Drum replacement means I have a wave file or a song file from a bass drum, and I want to replace that bass drum sound to Superior Drummer, whatever. In an acoustic world, it's very common. But of course, you have direct outs here. So what we do here in this studio situation, actually, because that's a studio situation here, because we choose the easiest way, we have just stereo out, and what you hear is just a stereo drum kit. And because the sounds are so well balanced internal in the eMerge kit, for us, that's safe. But let's say you have a rehearsal and you have a separate bass drum. You put the bass drum through the mixing desk. Direct 1 is bass drum, direct 2 is snare drum. And maybe you record a rehearsal. And after the rehearsal, you have the files from the mixing desk and said, I would like to have a different bass drum sound, because that's maybe that bass drum what you used is too modern for that song. And of course, like an acoustic drum replacement, because this is just a wave sample or a line of a bass drum from a song. And of course, you can use Slate trigger technology or Superior Drummer to replace your bass drum. So it really is very close to an acoustic drum. Depends on what side you want to see it and what you want to do in a studio situation. But to be honest, the MIDI way is the most convenient way to replace drum sounds.
And I think that goes to any studio setting. MIDI is seemingly king in those sort of situations.
Of course, it definitely is.
Yeah. And you're saying about having the 700 kits in the module already. Yeah. Having that plus the option of MIDI replacement on a tom or a single kick drum. Having to upload your own sounds to the module seems like an extra unnecessary step in the grand scheme of things.
In my opinion, yeah. And if you want to use it, go to the Mimic Pro. That's the next step.
So when you're in the studio, inspiration can come thick and fast. Is there a quick way you can get an idea down to get it into the session and get a demo going?
Yeah. If I have an idea and I would like to pass this idea or play this idea to my guitar player, for example, I just go Utility, go in the training mode, press record, and I'll listen to that. And
Already balanced?
Already balanced, and I can record the idea, and I already did record it. Now I can put it as a WAV file, export it to the USB stick, and say to the guitar player, make a song.
Perfect.
And the sound quality is amazing.
So you were saying all the kit is already balanced. Can you route out, if you really wanted to get real detail about the balance of your kit, can you route out each pad separately?
Yeah. There you have 8 direct outs and here the stereo out. If you play a gig, maybe let's say 200 to 300 people, a smaller gig, I think the main focus is bass drum and snare. I would like to have control because bass and snare, that's why people dance, right?
It's a 4 on the floor.
Yeah, 4 on the floor, exactly. So of course you can route the bass drum separate to direct out, snare drum direct 2. You can maybe say hi-hat should be direct 3. There you have 8 direct outs and the stereo. So what I, for example, do like maybe toms I leave just for the stereo out. So it's more convenient because toms but you can, if you can, say direct 4 is tom 1, direct 5 is tom number 2. Of course, it's up to your own liking.
And talking about accuracy, with electric kits in the past, the trigger velocity and the responsiveness has been an issue in older drum kits from the past. With this, can you change the velocity and
like the sensitivity and threshold stuff?
Yeah.
Of course. You go to you press Utility, and then you go to Trigger Pad. Trigger Pad means how the trigger responds to my playing style. So you press Enter, the red button. And here, of course, when you say snare, tom, whatever, so let's stuck it to tom 1. So you have the trigger type, that's the name of the tom, and then you can change sensitivity and the threshold. And you can and you have retrigger. Retrigger means like if maybe your drum riser is unstable and it's shaky, and because it's shaky, it has some vibration, and through the vibration you hear a crash cymbal. Then that's what retrigger cancel. So those vibrations that no other. Maybe you hit the tom and the crash cymbal is ringing at the same time. You can eliminate that. So sensitivity is very important to when should the sound react to my playing. Threshold means when is the sound coming in. So I can make it lower or can make a higher threshold. So I can tweak it to my own liking that I feel home on the electronic drum kit, like on my acoustic drum set.
So the studio is all about functionality and getting the sound you want as quick as you can. I couldn't help but notice the ambient slider. Can you talk us through that, please?
Yeah, because the ambience fader is really different than from our competitors. A lot from our competitors, the ambience fader, I know they have an ambience fader too, but that's actually a little bit algorithmic. So they put like, okay, put the micros more far in the distance or whatever. So this ambience fader is the actual recorded ambience while Pearl recorded the drum kits in the studio in Nashville. And it's when you're sitting at home and mixing drums, and you want to have the room mics more put up front. That's really that button here or that slider here. So listen to that one. This is totally dry, which is more in a gospel chop or whatever situation. And now I want to have the room mics more like a Bonhamish sound. And it's a sample. That's the interesting part. So listen.
Very nice. Yeah, so you're saying that's a sample that was recorded with the toms?
Recorded while the drums is recorded at the same time. So they really recorded the actual ambience of the drum kit.
Interesting, especially it was in Nashville as well, where you're saying they recorded.
It's recorded in Nashville with high ceilings, and I'm jealous because my home basement is, I only have 2 meters, and they have like 5 meters, whatever, so you can really work with ambience. One thing, because their cymbal was moving, of course, what I do a lot, of course, you can choke the cymbals while you're speaking about sensitivity, and choking a cymbal, our competitors, of course, have too. But what is really different from the eMerge kit, when you choke that cymbal, it fades out harmonically. If you choke an acoustic cymbal, it's not just gone, right? It fades out. Let me give you a little demo how I choke the cymbals, because in a studio, this is really little nuances, but in a studio situation where you record drums, sound matters. So, first of all, of course, choking. But you hear the little shh.
Yes, I do, yeah.
And even when you play groove. I think you really hear the differences. That the cymbal is not just that the sound doesn't break, it really fades out harmonically.
And also naturally.
And naturally, yeah. Very harmonic.
So talking about small details, we've got the ambience knob that can give you quick, real-world ambience. Can you do other effects on here?
Of course. The ambience that's the knob for the actual recorded ambience with the drum set. So if you maybe want to have a delay, maybe you have an EDM song and you want to have a delay, of course, you have effects in the module. One thing, you see here in the module, the timestamp, like 120 beats. So in electronic dance music, you have very often a delay synchronized to the song. So what I can do the same here. I can say, okay, that's my song tempo. And what I can do now is I can program delay and effects in the same tempo as the song. When I go to edit mode, the snare, go to edit mode. Then you have, of course, decay, how long the actual sound fades out. Then you have the panning, that's okay too. Compressor edit, EQ edit, instrument ambient level, and now becomes the instrument ambience minimum level, kit ambience level, mic distance, so you can tweak even there.
Okay.
And now we come FX type. Here it's off. So first, I go there, turn it on, and then you see here basic compressor, attack compressor, overdrive, tube drive, and then you can distortion, rich hole, plate reverb, and for example, for the delays, short delay chorals, slow flanger, fast flanger. So I think you have over 35 effects and ring modulation, and this depends to the tempo. They say you
it's all mapped to the tempo.
Yeah. That will match to the tempo, so I have to mix edit. And here is then how much, the frequency, the dry, wet. So you can really go in detail and in little details to make the FX work to your song.
I
Very
suppose
interesting.
if you were to route it out as well to the computer,
Of
then you
course.
have even more examples of that.
Of course.
Perfect.
So that's really interesting. And just, if you don't want to do it, just go back with exit and you're fine. In the presets, you can't store. These 7 buttons, of course, you can change, but if you want to save it, you have to copy it to your user kit. If you would turn off now the module, all your changes are gone.
Okay.
So you have to save every step you do. If you like a drum kit and you want to tweak a drum kit, first save it to user drum kit, and then you're ready, much more convenient, you're ready to go and make your own tweakings.
Okay. Perfect for the studio.
Yeah.
We've just broken down one of the use cases for the Pearl eMerge hybrid kit with Dirk Brand. If you have one of these, then please let us know in the comments how you use yours and how much you enjoy playing it. Please like and subscribe for more drum-related content only at Gear4music Drums.
Thanks for watching.